Tanzania, Mazulu, Father, thank you for everything that you're doing for us, protecting us, giving us the wisdom and understanding about everything that is happening around us, and also showing us the way, because there are different kind of things that is happening, and you opened our eyes, Father, so that we can understand that what the most of the people does not understand. And thank you for the assembly and each one that is here, and for each one that used to follow us and here listening to us, friends, families. Give all of them rest and peace, because this is the most important. They should be all healthy. Ingeta.
Ngeta.
Okay, this assembly from Isaiah Congo in the world, and you are highly welcome. And today we're going to talk about Eastern and go into it a little bit deeper into that, what Eastern really is. Before we go into that, I just want to know what is happening at the moment around the world. Can someone just tell me a few things? What is happening around the world?
The banks are collapsing. The dollar is not strong in the United States. Lots of earthquakes in various places. And it's hot like fire in Florida. That's what's going on.
Very good. Sister Dawn is very good. Yeah. Someone else?
Nambi. What I've noticed with here, as it's been said, they have not just ramping up, they have already moved forward with all abominations. And my son and daughter over on the continent in Uganda, they have been approached multiple times in different strategies to try to take over their orphanage, as well as introduce them to the LGBTQ life, and now trying to force it upon them. The government has passed the law to stop it, but they didn't say what my son told me. She said, yeah, they passed the law, but they gave us 10 years. And we're believing that would be overturned, or that would be extended, or, they would be just vomited. The abomination people would just be vomited out the land. Hallelujah.
Yeah, all praises. Someone else? What is happening in the world, or in your neighbor's house? Maybe you know a little bit more about your neighbor's house.
Yeah, today. I believe that. Oh, go ahead, Sister Joy.
I just wanted to mention that in theater in Illinois, where they make music and concerts and all stuff of things, was hit by tornadoes, and one person died there, and the whole roof was ripped off, and so many were injured. That is in the USA.
Okay, thank you.
That probably means it was very unexpected, because if there was going to be a tornado and they knew, they would have canceled it. So it just came from
nowhere. They said it was winds. From winds, that's what they said.
From winds, yeah, but normally they would not have, forecast, but there was nothing. And yeah, anyway.
I mean, I agree with everything everyone has said, but I say in regards to society, as I say, my neighbors and so on, everyone's just going on like normal. It doesn't matter to them. They can't see anything.
Exactly. Very good. So you guys are very well informed. That what I would really say to you. Watch news. Me myself, I do not watch television, but you guys have to start watching news. And it's good if you have the eyes and the ears to understand the background behind their lies sometimes. But news are very important. From there, you're gonna see everything. It's always funny that people from outside, like here, I'm in Angola, but people from outside, they know more than the people in the land themselves. But if I'm speaking to people in America, I know much more than them. You know, they don't know nothing. You know, they are just like now, there's a lot of things in California. When I asked Sister KK, she was telling me, no, I don't know nothing about that. Not in my neighborhood. It's full there with water at the moment. You know?
Yeah, they're having some problems with water and very strong winds. Yeah, it's very strong. They said up to 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, because I saw that. And I watching that. I like to watch. If I look at the news, I like to see what I receive. You know, because I also receive stuff like, yeah, okay, this is now. Then you can do your own calculation. Because what will happen in 10 years, in 5 years? And this is what we have taught a couple of years ago. This is what these pastors have to start to teach, because we are not here to hear what Abraham did, what Moses did. Yeah? We're not here to hear those things. We are here to know what happened in that time, because there's nothing new under the sun, so that we can prepare like they did and know exactly what will be the best thing to do for us and our families. Because it will not only affect the West, especially when the West is falling or having problem, it will also automatically affect Africa. Because Africa is a dodo of Europe. Yeah, it's doing exactly what the West does. But this doesn't mean that the Mossad doesn't have a way how to overstand this, and hasn't prepared something that will save us. Like in this moment here, many people don't know that even in Africa you will have a lot of drought. Only the equator place. I said things about people from South Africa. They almost wanted to kill me because I said those things, that there it will be drought, it will be nothing will be there. They will run up to the north. You will see a lot of farmers in South Africa. They have left a long time ago. You can't do anything there. And people are like, hey, no, it's my country. I don't care. Yeah, I have also my football team that I like the most. If they lose, they lose. I don't care, because they have lost. This has nothing to do with, oh, Congo is the best. Oh, Angola, whatever. I don't think like that. I have never thought like that. But prophetic and scientific, we have to see things like that. We have to see things how it is, that it will be in the Central Africa, because of the Ecuador, yeah, because of the creation of man and woman. It was there in the midst of the world where Adam and all our forefathers were buried. It is there. This is how the place, the 3 pillars that feeds the whole world, by the way. Yeah. This is where the largest trees and whatever is, or know that the trees and the forest in Southern America is larger, but you can't use anything there. The trees are gone. The earth is filed. Yeah, you have to check these kind of things. Hunger will be in Southern America. Yeah, you can't go here. You know, I had so white people here coming to Angola. I have never seen someone in Angola dying hunger like they used to show in Somalia or something like that. Okay. All this shows us that the world is changing, and sure, we won't force anything, but it's going rapidly. We have a lot of protests because there's one thing that the black man can do. He knows how to suffer. Yeah, a black man has no problem to suffer because he knows it already. This doesn't function. They robbed him here. This problems with the family. The government is behind you and stuff like that. Maybe you grew up in the Bronx. Everyone around you want to shoot. You know, work is hard to get. Our life was never easy. Yeah, they call you the N-word everywhere in school, whatever. Everything's hard for us in the country, outside where we live, everywhere where we are. But the white man, he can't suffer. Yeah, he don't know how to suffer. Which means if it's the suffering comes to the white man, this is where you're going to see this Bible verse. You're going to see the man of sin. Okay? Violence is the first thing that will be in his head. Yeah? Whom should I kill next? Should I kill myself? Yeah? But if I kill myself, the whole family has to go. My father at work, the guy, he said very clear, do you see how the world is going? My father said, yeah, sure, this and this and this is happening. He said, I already bought 2 knives or whatever. He's saying it to my father. I will kill first my wife, then I will kill my other children. He's just saying it like this. Because this is how they think. This is how they think they're going to escape the coming events. Okay? Just for you guys to know, it's very, very, very well written at the book of Habakkuk 2. The people will go to jail, will be put into jail, concentration camps, violence between races. Yeah, there will be some people going crazy because they start suffering. No food, no water. If someone wants to know more, he just go to Google and type in, for what do we need water for? Or for what do we need our forests? Okay? Actually, these people they're dead. The Europeans have a big problem. This is not a small thing. You can't buy these kinds of things. And this is what the Most High said. Where we go, you will not be able to buy that life or whatever. Now I buy the trees back. I buy the rivers back. You can throw all your cash into the small river that is drawn up there. No water will coming out from there. We're talking about the sun that is heating up like crazy, even here in the land, which is shows us the life from before, where most of our brothers had to flee to the north, where it's been colder. But now the world is heating up, and there will be only one small place that will be left. And we have always spoken about that place. People will believe it later or not, but it will be like that. It will come from east, west, south, just to make it to this place, because the paradise can be concentrated only in one small place. If you go out of it, then you are again in the world. When you are in it, in this world, it can be created a small world in the world. Yeah, it can come some gates. You enter, and in this world where you're at, you can see the others in this world it's like you are in the other world and you can see us or the others. How can I explain? Okay, you have the word that we have now, and then it becomes smaller because water level is high, is going up because all the ice in this world is melting. Now, war here and there. Then we have the second exodus. Don't forget that part. We're gonna have a second exodus, which means people won't be able to fly. There won't be some ships and whatever will definitely come to pick some up, but most of them will walk by foot. And then some of them will make it through the ships. Yeah. I always say how many Americans will make it to Southern America. And from there, they're going to take the ships. And some of them will make it to Europe, from Europe there. But they have actually, America will have it the toughest because because it's so far from the Holy Land. And the Asian and all of them, those that will come from Patros and all this, they will make it through Israel. They will pass through Israel by foot. And the cemetery place, the place where the most of the people are going to die, where we used to hear Josaphat and whatever, is this eastern area, Somalia, up to the western part of Africa, where the desert is. Nigeria, all this area, war. This is the war ground. And people have to pass through this way to come down there. Walls will be built. We don't know. I am just a seer. I can't tell you guys it will be tomorrow or whatever. Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, because people are gonna call me. Oh, when should I pack my stuff? I don't know. I don't care because me myself I'm gonna be in trouble if this kind of things happens. It's not like, oh yeah, I will have now the vision. I will directly know what to do next, and yeah, telling my wifey to buy the next gun and stuff. No. I have no idea when, but I'm telling you exact how it's gonna be. Africa will be on fire because they're gonna fight back Europe so that they can't enter deeper into Africa. We have one big problem. It's the fall of the banks, like we heard before, and Southern Africa and what is this? This Arabs and the Asians or whatever. They are all of them. They're going to one currency, yeah, and this will be the fall of the dollar. And I tell you, when it's about money, the white man, he don't joke. He's not joking. We have one thing that we black people never understand. That's the power of someone that does not speak and does not show any emotions. It's like, you just listen. You just say, okay. You think in his politics, yeah, I will help you all guys. But behind the scene, and he's doing it now behind the scene, but in the time that he's going to come and show it in front of our eyes that he hates, that he wants the difference, this is where you're going to see who the man of sin is. You guys are going to be, you can't be so violent like these people. You can't imagine. They're ready to do everything to go to war. And like we heard before, this is just the beginning of the pain, what does it call? Of a woman before she wants to give birth. Travailing, yeah. Which means we have it has just started. But what kind of start is this when we already see that the world is heating up? Like in the northern part of Africa, they have only the Nile. And this Nile is feeding a lot of people. Now imagine there will be no Nile no more. Do you know what kind of war will happen there? They have the Suez Canal there, canal, where the ships drive. The water is drowned up there. How can these Europeans receive food, or how can be food? You know, now it's our turn to have very smart people coming to Africa, opening fabrics, yeah, to create, you know, to do, to packing systems, food, you know, real food, cheese, and all these kind of things that that we receive from the West, because we are the greatest importers. We are taking so much food from the West. This is unbelievable, yeah. And the West is taking a lot from us, but it's just raw material. But we are taking it when they have already made it, yeah. So our drinks comes from Europe, food, you know, all this packed thing where they have already put their injections into the food and all these kind of things. Hey, I do not understand that guy. Sorry. What I want to say is, brothers and sisters, the Most I said that he will come like a snake, like a thief. So everyone will be surprised. And he's saying that there will be no runaway. You are going to a mall. Okay, you left your child at home. Okay. Maybe you have someone, if you're in Africa, that used to take care about your child. Don't think that you will see your child anymore. This is what he say. It's about you then. Run. The world breaking in pieces. There the whirlwind. Oh, I'm gonna go back to my nice car. Forget your car. You bank. You're Assyrians. And that's the funniest part. This Assyrians thing, right? Mm-hmm. Very soon, you're gonna see that these Assyrians will say, we won't pay anything for you guys. Mm-hmm. Turkey, did you guys see how many people died in Turkey? This is not normal. This is an apocalypse. But only 2 or 3 weeks earlier, they said to all these Africans in Turkey to leave Turkey. Mm-hmm. That's why I was like, yeah, you see now, you said to the Africans to leave Turkey, but your land is now falling in pieces. Yeah, I was in Germany, a taxi driver from Turkey, mm-hmm. Because they want Erdogan to leave, because mm-hmm. they are believing that it is the president that is causing these problems in their country. Mm. Because the world of this Arabs or whites or whatever, they believe in their in politics. Yeah, their presidency. Politics is another religion. Politics is religion. Yeah. Yeah. And they believe in politics. If something is wrong, it's their politics. That's why they go in the streets to protest. Mm-hmm. Do you see people in the Bronx or whatever really protesting, like for their cases, because of all this gun weapon stores everywhere in every corner, because of their lives? They do, sure they do, but black people do not really, or really protesting because of Congo and all those kind of things. Mm-hmm. This could be done everywhere and all over the world. You will not see that Chinese, if something happens, if they start protesting somewhere, you will see that the embassies everywhere where they are, you're going to see the reaction is completely different. Mm-hmm. While, you know, real protest happens when this guy died, this black guy, yeah, that the police people killed by, I can't breathe, whatever, this guy. Oh, yeah. Yes. This is a protest. Floyd, yeah. This is you see directly change, but black people don't do that. It's not ours because this is a political thing. Yeah, this is a complete political thing, and they believe in politics. Politics is their father. Yeah, when politics fails, this is this because they do not believe in the Most High. Me myself, I do not believe that white people believe in the Most High, even if they say that. You know,
Right.
I don't say all of them, and I don't say bad because sure you have churches and some people trying to make their but when I say they do not believe in the Most High, is behind the scene. They do not want to accept the Most High's people. They do not want to accept the Most High's true truth. They do not want to talk about that if they know. And they hate everything that goes to the promises and, the things that will happen in Zion, which is the land, and the Zionists, which is the people who we are. Because if not, the churches or those people, they know, Satan knows the Bible better than the Most High's people. Okay? The Most High's people don't know the Bible. They don't know anything about the Bible. If we go now here, outside here, yeah, and you start telling them the deepest secrets about the Bible, maybe you're lucky if someone doesn't throw a stone against you. But those people, they will be like, hey, snakes, they know already, oh, that guy is coming with bombs. We do not want to share. And even if we hear, we don't like it. That's why white people, Chinese or whatever, they have nothing to do with the Most High. They have their gods. Every nation has his God, but the Most High, not. Period. So what happens here is that the Most High, Tatanzambi, he has to show us ways out. Yeah, I like it when my father always say, do you know what, my son? We have already all the prophets from the ancient prophets or the ancient fathers or the disciples or whatever, they are all here. Which means, me, myself, I believe in reincarnation. Isaiah said to the disciples, many of you guys won't see the death. We know when he was when Herod Herodes or Herod was asking who Isaiah really is. Is he Elijah? Is he Massa? What kind of prophet is he? Or he was very often asked, who are you? Or when he saw John the Baptist and he said, this guy is Elijah. Or when he said, this guy will come back, who is Elijah? And he said, hey, Moses will also come back. And I will create a tabernacle, which is a sanctuary for Moses and Elijah, etc., etc. When you go to the book of Malachi, it's very well said that these prophets will come back. So which means, how will they come back? Will they come back with the same name? I don't think so. Will they come back with the same face? Definitely not. Okay? That's why it's very funny how much some people think how this Jesus Mises will be. Yeah, because they really think there is someone coming with the Santa Claus white beard down here from heaven. We have never seen that, and it will also not happen. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But that what I want to say is, these guys, these people, we as people, these celestial beings, this our ancestors, yeah, they are in us. There, you can hear the ancestor crying. They are in us, yeah, and they came to do a work, yeah, And we have to believe in that these people will make it, that we're gonna make it. There are some of us that came here in this world to do a work. Yeah. And we do not die. We do not die. It's very important for us to know our culture. Why do we celebrate if someone dies? Huh? We celebrate, sure, we cry, but we have also our celebrations. To never forget that part. Yeah. So it's very, very important for us to know this. That's under us. Also, by some of these nations, the most are gonna use them for a purpose. They themselves will not understand why they are doing those things. But the truth is that someone else's spirit is working through them. And we have to know that the Most High is not sleeping. During all these things that are gonna happen, the Most High will find ways, not one way, but ways, how he gonna show our people who he is, how he gonna move them from far away. And there where we go, he gonna also have places for them prepared. But this generation here, yeah, will not pass. And you're gonna see the destruction, yeah, of Edom. So we're gonna read some Bible texts. So this is the eastern part. Let's go here first. I know everyone from you knows this prophecies from before. The Most High gave us lands, wide lands in Africa. This is where we should live. And you can see, as you can see in the map, it is already, it's not like the land where we came from here, Egypt, etc., etc. It's not like that this land is fruitful or was fruitful. It was fruitfuler than now. Sure, it was, but it's drought. It's a desert, and that's a big problem. These people here of Somali, all this Sudan, up to the west, all these places. If we have 5 more degrees up, my goodness, I don't know if someone can get this heat. And the problem is this weather is so crazy that you have heat and it's cold. So I don't know what kind of weather this is, you know? And we're talking about Africa. If you go here to Arabia, my goodness, those people have a very, very bad weather. And nothing grows. So no agriculture, and nothing. And you have only, you know, if you know, that what binds Europeans to make trades is this small waterway here that you can't even really see. Here, you pass the Gulf of Aden and the Red Sea here, so that you from here you are then in Europe, because they have to go from here. If not, they have to pass all Africa down there. If not, they have to pass all Africa from here like this to make it to Asia. This is the only way they can take. So brothers and sisters, the world is at war. This world is at war. And as you can see, it starts here from this Luanda, because the place is here, and up to the west, Mozambique, etc., etc. That's why you have also a lot of problems there with climate. I can tell you guys, here, this is the place where you have, when it comes to heat, it's already very hot. Yeah. So the desert starts here. And on the right side, you can see it's Solala. It's better than on the left side, because here we have the Kalahari Desert. And everything that goes down there becomes desertic. Yeah, it becomes desertic. Now imagine you have right, you have you are a rat, right? How does a rat build his house? He has only one door. And when the snake enters, he's like, ooh, party. No windows here. No windows or water. If water enters, the water swims everything, every room full. Where should this rat escape? There is no escape because the world is the Most High's playground for people. And people must understand this. And for the pastors, I say, because I already have sent 2 or 3 messages the last times for the Congolese people. I said very clear, these pastors won't make it. Even a war, I tell you, a gangster that kills someone will make it before these pastors. Yeah, I have uncles that are pastors. I have a lot of people that are pastors, but if I see there is something that this pastor share, they do not want to have anything to do with the truth of the prophets. The truth of the prophets is the truth that is hidden from them. And this is this real peace and freedom. They are sharing peace and freedom in the way of the Jesuits and the Catholics. Yeah, but if you say, let's go back to that what was ours, then you became a demon. You become a demon, you become a problem. That's why Isaiah said very clear. You won't make it. It's impossible. I did not come to take away the laws of the prophets, but I came to fulfill. And if someone does not teach them, he will be called the lowest in the kingdom. And if someone, take it forward, this is how we're going to build our kingdom. They don't care about they do not even care about to build a kingdom or whatever. And this is something what the pastors have here. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Had not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this world? So maybe we have to know that if we understand those things, we really are from the Most High, and he's even calling us foolish. Because those that call themselves wise, they do not understand anything. They see the world breaking before them. And every side, but they do not understand. Yeah. Okay. This is something that the Most High should help us with. We need gardens, gardens where we can have our fruits, in places where, in good places where we can harvest and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. Okay. Because there where there were the Most High, the places that they gave us, we have still, it's a rainforest. Okay. Herbs can grow up there, and under the earth we're going to find different kinds of stones and etc. This is how we're gonna eat the fruit from there, etc., etc. Okay. Just passing that very fast to show you guys. Yeah. So there will be coming a time where the Most High, when he starts to punish us, he gonna send also, you know, rulers, yeah, in the house of Dawidi, which means in Africa, you know, this man that we call Isaiah and everything, it will come from the Africa. People can say whatever they want to say. And these people will come with science, politic, and spirituality. And they're gonna start teaching it now outside. And warriors gonna be, they will be not alone. They will have soldiers behind them. Huh? So even the politicians from the lands in Africa gonna, from time to time, gonna accept those people. And this is how, when they start the war, they think, oh, let's go back, because it will be like the Europeans will be like will be like in the time of Egypt. Let my people go. What? Who are you guys? You won't go nowhere. You built Barcelona. You are here slave. You know, cleaning my toilet. Now you are you guys in the Bronx killing yourself. Now someone comes and tells you guys you have another home. Take care, the Most High is with you, and blah, blah, blah. Hey man, this is something like that. No one will. These Europeans, Asians, or whatever, they are showing them. Oh yeah, you can stay here. Blah, blah. It's economy. It's business. They are doing business with Africa. They are doing business with different kinds of countries. So it's sure they need some black people there inside their countries to show off that they are good. I mean, when while the World Trade Center was dying or falling, George Bush was in the midst of the black kids, because he knows exactly that the Most High will strike that guy. The Pharaoh knew, hey, the Most High wants to destroy Egypt. What's going on? If this guy is leave here, what will happen with my people? What will happen with me? So it's better to follow them and kill them. Yeah, like it was before, the Most High will left remnants, yeah, that will be that will not die. 2/3 of the people will die, but the Most High will definitely find some people that will escape the sword, even in the places of how can I say, even in the places of Europe later. Not every one of us will survive. You know, not every one of us will survive. It's not a bad thing. I mean, if your time has come to die, it can be tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, everyone wants to live very, very long, as long as possible. But it can be tomorrow, it can be in another day, you know, very soon, you know. But in the next years, if in the next years, especially for our elder people, I wish them not to see that what is coming, because that what is coming is not so good. The world won't get better. It won't get better. Because the Most High said what? He lives where? In Zion. And if you ask them, they will going to show you the Mount Zion there in the Middle East or something like that. A mount that is not even higher than 2 meters, yeah? But he said, you guys are going to be called Zion. He said, Zion, Zioni, it's Africa. So the Most High himself gonna put all this, the king there, he gonna be with us, form his army, and he gonna fight the nations in the time that, on the righteous time. So Egypt should be a desolation, and Edom should be desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. This is very, very important. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generations. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Most High dwelleth in Zion. This is what the most of the people, how can Africa change? And whoa. Everything is under control. Blood must be shared. Because what I have learned from myself is I have no problem to die or to kill or whatever if it is a righteous kill. Because if someone wants to enter into my house and do bad thing, I know exactly that I have to protect myself. But we have very, very stupid people among us. Okay? Very dangerous coons. Okay? Because it's not only about dying or killing or whatever. It's about being courageous, fighting for your people, for the righteous thing. Many of us have a big mouth, but if it comes to fight and say something, open your mouth against the oppressor, woo, you will see those people closing channels, closing houses, running away, and doing whatever. And this is something you can't see by the nations. People from the nations, sometimes we used to think like, sometimes we used to think like, how did they build all this, and why are they still so strong? They sticking together. If they see that something is wrong, all of them are going to the government or whatever, and they don't care about being slapped or dying or whatever. Yeah. But we have very, 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 very dangerous people among us. You know? That's why the Most High will. That's why there will be a Melchizedek that will come. I also call him the second Hitler in black. He's not coming to play around. I am a whatever. I am a pastor or what? We don't need those people. This guy that is coming with a staff. He's saying, hey, dude, do you guys understand what's going on? He's coming to lead in power, and he's coming to bring the laws of the Most High by force. Not someone that laughs around. I don't think that Moses was someone running, oh, hey, yeah, I love you. This is church. Guys, this will be tough times where we go. And people always think that the Most High is this loving ones. No, there is violence, there is war. You need captains, you need majors, you need weapons, you need architects, you need scientists, you need agronomes, you need teachers, you need doctors. Okay? You don't need this, oh, Jesus, oh, hallelujah, crap. See? I tell you guys, I have those spirits in me. I am like I am. I have no problem with that, because I know that the world will be not changing by some people that will just watch. Yeah, we see that everything will change by itself. I don't believe that. It won't be like that. I know it. Africa needs a Hitler, and the Hitler will come. This is the one that you guys call Jesus. Okay? Because the people are suffering. What did he do when he saw this church? He starts beating people up. What did Elijah do? He killed people. What did David? This is Africa. This is old Zion. Like the so-called Wakanda or whatever. These are the warriors. They killed for righteous things. Okay? Because the world of the Europeans will gonna be a wilderness. Edom gonna be desolated. for the violence against the children of Judah. Yeah, believe it or not, it's in the Bible. Okay, now we're going to read about Eastern. Yeah. Do you have some questions? Or do you want to add something? No one wants to add something? Okay, great. Like I said, brothers and sisters, always be in prayer. Yeah, our forefathers, they fought. Go into the Old Testament, you will see it's a bloody, bloody Bible. They fought wars to protect their own. We don't need people that just want to show off because they're nice speakers, nice looking, good looking people. We need Africa and our people that all over the world, that the people that wants to make it, we need them united. We want to see them united. We want to see them in peace. We want to see a new kingdom raising, the ninth kingdom, the last kingdom raising. This is not what we want to see. Yeah, because there's a new kingdom that will come, and it won't be the Chinese. Okay. Let's go to the feast. Who wants to read? What do you know about Easter? First, before we start. I know that everyone loves to eat egg. You know that the rabbit comes at home and leaves the egg and stuff like that. You're painting some eggs. Well, what do you know about Easter?
It's a pagan holiday. A pagan holiday.
Yes.
Not Christianity, but it's pagan.
Exactly. So Easter is a pagan holiday, like all holidays from the Christians. Yeah, they know it's like, this is what I always say. Yeah, we are feeding the gods of the Europeans. Because we are living in their timeline. We're living their life. So this gods of them, the Moloch, I don't know how fat he already became, but we are full in the Christian world. Yes, brother Ntambwe.
Yeah, that is also a time of they're using that goddess for fertilization, but the fertilization is for the child sacrifice, as you mentioned, Molech. And they've been doing that for years without us knowing it, and everybody's been celebrating, as you're saying, feeding their gods. That's what I wanted.
That's why they are so strong. I mean, I lived very long among the white people. I know that white people are spiritual, and they are in many of these nations. They are bound together. They see directly if you are one of them. One thing that most of our people do not know is, if you want success, you have to be a part of the game. Okay? Many of us do not know that. There is a world behind this world where people, you see them in the day, they are just running like that, like they do not know each other. But in the night, and I'm talking about the spiritual night, they know each other, they're sitting together,
eating together. They know exactly who they are. They're meeting each other in the world's pandemium or whatever the names they have there. And there, they just there from there, they used to do all this, plan all the things that should go for, it should happen in the city, in street corners and streets, whatever, you know, all this gangster shit that is happening in this world is well programmed, and behind the scene is Satan. How you're seeing children going to gang violence and whatever, prostitution and all the kind of things. Behind it is also a spiritual world that controls that. There are things happening in Africa spiritually where you see that this people, there's someone who's driving always new Mercedeses, but in the night he's sitting there with some other people, controlling the whole district. No one getting children, no one getting jobs, no one, everyone in this, you see a district, no one marries, or people are getting sick all the time or whatever. But they die also like this. Then you see one of them dies and another one, you know, it's like they die all in one scene. If one dies, then you see them all dying, and then the streets is getting up. That's why it's also very good if we have in some places very good spiritual churches. You know, even in Europe and in the West, you see these high towers, okay? For example, if there is someone who has really power, from the Most High, if he passes through New York with his car, all these people, that one that is sitting, the biggest boss that is sitting in the highest building, he's gonna stop for a minute and he's gonna be, oh, the boss, the real boss is down there driving somewhere. This is the spiritual world. Yeah. Spiritual world is a little bit different from that, what we know. Yeah. So, who wants to read?
I'll read.
Okay, great. Can you see everything?
Yep. The festival of Ishtar is Easter Sunday. Everybody loves Easter, whether it's the chocolate bunnies or egg hunts. But did you ever stop to think where these traditions come from? How did a celebration of Christ's resurrection come to be celebrated with rabbits and chocolate eggs? Well, we have these traditions because Easter was originally a pagan festival, much like Christmas. As Christianity gained popularity, a lot of pagan customs and rituals were integrated into Christians' festivals, like the spring equinox, worship of the goddess Ishtar, what we call Easter today. Sadly, we are lacking knowledge of the way of Congo. Has Rome changed the times? And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hands unto a times and the dividing of time. So many may ask why this is important. Reason why is Pope Gregory the 13th changed to a different calendar, but the reason is, why did he do that? We go back into the Bible for the reason why. Psalms 81:3. Blow the trumpet at the new moon, at the full moon, on our feast day. The problem we have is the Passover could happen any day of the week because it went by the moon, not. But what we have today is that Easter happens on a Sunday, always. And if Easter and Passover is on the same day is postponed 1 week. Yep, October the 5th. Okay. When Pope Gregory XIII issued Inter Gravusimus, a papal bull explaining how he was changing time in February 1582, that meant 10 days would have to be removed from the calendar. Remember, because the Julian calendar wasn't accurate, it had fallen behind over the centuries. When the new calendar was made officially on October the 4th, 1582, people woke up the next day to a new date, October the 15th. So Easter marks the resurrection of Jesus 3 days after his death by crucifixion. For many Christians churches, Easter is the joyful end to the Lent season of fasting and penitence, but we will find out all this is a lie. She is Gaia, Astroth, Ishtar, Artemis, Venus, Aphrodite, Samaris, Nature's Great Mother, Frigga, Vetus, Estra, Duga, Hathor, Queen of Heaven. While Christmas was a celebration of the winter solstice, Easter was a celebration of the spring equinox for the pagans. Pagans lived their lives in the strong accordance with nature, rhythms and patterns, and solstice and equinox were considered to be sacred times. A solstice marks the longest of or shortest day of the year, while an equinox symbolizes a day when there's balance between daylight and darkness. This shows the end of one season and the beginning of another. In the Northern Hemisphere, Easter falls on the spring equinox, when winter is coming to an end and nature is experiencing a rebirth and renewal. This is naturally a cause for a festival and celebration as the darkness comes to an end and plants and leaves start to regrow after the cold winter. You are doing a ritual to Ishtar. Here are names of the gods throughout the history that are said to have died and resurrected. Osiris, an Egyptian, Ethiopian, Sudanese god. He was said to have been crucified. He died and resurrected 5,000 years before Jesus. Horus, an Egyptian, Ethiopian, Sudanese god. He was said to have been crucified. He died and resurrected 3,000 years before Jesus. Buddha, an Indian god. He was said to have been crucified. He died and resurrected 600 years before Jesus. Krishna, an Indian god. He was said to have been crucified. He died, resurrected 900 years before Jesus. Zarathustra, an Iranian god. He was said to have been crucified. He died and resurrected 1,000 years before Jesus. Hercules, a Greek god. He was said to have been crucified. He died and resurrected 800 years before Jesus. Mithra, an Iranian god. He was said to have been crucified. He died and resurrected 600 years before Jesus. Dionysus, a Greek god. He was said to have been crucified. He died, resurrected 500 years before Jesus. Tammuz, a Babylonian god. He was said to have been crucified, died, and resurrected 2,000 years before Jesus. Hermes, a Greek god. He was said to have been crucified. He died, resurrected 200 years before Jesus. Adonis, he died and resurrected 200 years before Jesus. Jesus Christ, a Roman god, he is said to have been crucified, he died and resurrected 130
I like that they put Roman God there.
AD. USA spent 6.58 billion on Easter food in 2022. 90% of US consumers plan to include chocolate and candy in Easter baskets. 37% of these surveyed plan to attend Easter church service in person in 2022, up from 28% in 2021.
As you can see, they're worshiping a lot of people on Easter.
Mhm. Why is Easter eggs used today in Easter? Because it doesn't resemble or symbolize JC. The egg resembles the sun, according to the Egyptians. The rabbit or egg was a symbol for Ishtar because they follow the zodiac signs for all their gods and festivals. According to the New English Bible Dictionary, the word Easter is of a Saxon origin, Estra, the goddess of spring, in whose honor sacrifices were offered about Passover time each year. By the 8th century, Anglo-Saxons had adopted the name to designate the celebration of Christ's resurrection. However, even among those who maintain that Easter has pagan roots, there is some disagreement over which pagan traditions the festival emerged from. How strange so many people know it's pagan and fight about it to keep it in their religion. How strange, I don't know. The Most High changed his ways for people. According to some scholars, such as Dr. Tony Nugent, teacher of technology and religious studies at Seattle University and Presbyterian minister, the Easter story comes from the Sumerian legend of Tammuz and his wife Ishtar or Inanna, an epic myth called the Descent of Inanna, found inscribed on cuneiform clay tablets dating back to 2100 BC. When Tammuz dies, Ishtar is grief-stricken and follows him to the underworld. In the underworld, she enters through 7 gates, and her worldly attire is removed. Naked and bowed low, she is judged, killed, and then hung on display. In her absence, the earth loses its fertility, crops cease to grow, and animals stop reproducing. Unless something is done, all life on earth will end. After Inanna has been missing for 3 days, the assistant goes to the other gods for help. Finally, one of them, Enki, creates 2 creatures who carry the plant of life and water of life down to the underworld, sprinkling them on Inanna and Tamuzi, resurrecting them and giving them the power to return to earth as the light of the sun for 6 months. After the 6 months are up, Tammuz returns to the underworld of the dead, remaining there for another 6 months, and Ishtar pursues him, prompting the water god to rescue them both. Thus, were the cycles of winter, death, and spring life. Dr. Nugent is quick to point out the drawings and parallels between the story of Jesus and the epic of Inanna. Doesn't necessarily mean that there wasn't a real person, Jesus, who was crucified, but rather that if there was, the story about it is structured and embellished in accordance with a pattern that was very ancient and widespread. Dr. Nugent points out that the story of Inanna and Damuzi is just one of a number of accounts of dying and rising gods that represent the cycle of the seasons and the stars. For example, the resurrection of the Egyptian Horus, the story of Mithras, who was worshipped at springtime, and the tale of Dionysus, resurrected by the grandmother. Among these stories are prevailing themes of fertility, conception, renewal, descent into darkness, and the triumph of light over darkness, or good over evil. Fun fact for everyone: when Christians identified the exact site in Jerusalem where the empty tomb of Jesus had been located, they selected the spot where a temple of Aphrodite stood. The temple was torn down, and so the Church of the Holy Sepulchre was built, the holiest church in the Christian world.
The Holy Church. Okay, great. Thank you for reading. Okay, you have some questions about Eastern?
Oh, Michael, can I ask you please to back up a little bit and show us again the section where it says Jesus was what is it? A Roman god. I actually wanted to take a snap a picture of that statement just to show these Christians.
Let me send you I will send you the whole text.
Yes, please. Thank you so much.
Send it to you soon.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Do you have some questions, someone?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pagan holidays.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I would like to add something that I found in researching that they took Passover out of the New Testament and put in Easter, and a lot of people really believe that it's the same thing.
What was Passover again? What do they do on Passover?
Passover is celebrating when the Israelites left Egypt. And when I was researching, I found that they took that out of the New Testament and they put Easter in place of Passover.
Yeah, it can be. It can be. Thing is that I do not believe in any Christian feast.
Well, I never thought that Passover was.
If you look at the feasts in the Ancient Testament, they're completely different.
Well,
and
what is Passover?
when I went to the villages and I asked, how did our forefathers celebrate? They did not sit there and kill the chicken or whatever, and sit there with the whole family and did whatever.
So Passover wasn't an original feast day made for the Israelites?
What kind of they definitely have feast days, but I don't think that the dates are correct. I don't think that the way how we celebrate those feasts are correct. Because when we are celebrating, we are doing rituals. And that's why we are also so weak, because no one really knows how these rituals can be made again. I know a little here and there, but this needs a lot of people. This needs a lot of knowledge. And while we did these rituals, because we are always, they're always different. They're even in the Bible. I even wanted to make a video only about the how to celebrate some of our feasts on that time and when. There is definitely, we have even songs about that when we came from Egypt. There are definitely feasts. They are very well mentioned in the Bible.
But who knows when this happened or whatever? Who knows those things? This is the problem here.
Okay.
You know, so I can say, oh, Passover. What is Passover? In my language, that Passover doesn't exist. Does someone else have a question? Passover should be definitely observed. This is a very important feast. I mean, even if we don't know, I even have no problem with the people. They used to go Sunday to church because they are still praying, you know, prayer is prayer. But it would be better if they would know that the Sunday wasn't made to pray for the Most High. We have different kinds of days, and one day really to pray for the Most High. I mean, every day is a day to pray for the Most High. But the spiritual day of prayer was always Wednesday. Okay. Okay, then I will send to Bless Creativity Shines. I will send this document, right? And to Sister Paulette. Let me just check if I have Sister Paulette's number because
Excuse me, Michael. Yeah, Michael. Did you want me to share my number in the chat for you?
yeah, you can just give me your email address. This will be good.
Okay, yes, thank you. Okay.
Okay, just share it there. Okay,
Thank
let
you.
us pray. Next Saturday we're gonna go with prayers and singing, you know? And sometimes Sister KK used to send you guys some songs. You know, it would be good if you listen to these songs and if you know the songs. So next week we're gonna pray. Okay, thank you very much.